I'm going to record. Now we're recording. So if anybody does have a question or something they want to share, I do want this to be engaging for everybody, those here in the group, which is a huge room. I want to share this with everybody. This is what it always was like. Oh, why is it not showing?
You gotta click got it. It's okay. It's fine.
What?
Just say got it.
No, you need. No, you.
You do. I'm like, why do I need to do that?
All right, liaison.
Liaison, get going with this here.
It's my first day.
Do I need to fire him? I don't know. Okay, let's see what's going on here. All right, so, okay, can everybody see my thing now?
No, start your video.
We have to start the video.
No, but I want everybody to see my group. Can everybody see my? Everybody here in the room, look at this. This is so exciting. Okay, Miss Emily, look, there's a mimosa sitting right here for you. All right, so, but without further ado, I want to share a little excitement that you may have seen, you may have not, but here it is.
2021 was a remarkable year in so many ways. There were innumerable obstacles to overcome, yet you led us to heights beyond the imagination. You didn't just surpass the record set in 2020, you exploded beyond to an amazing $10.7 billion in closed sales volume, a 51% growth year over year. Once again, you've positioned yourselves among the most elite of professionals in this entire industry. And you've confirmed the power of our unique culture we've built together based on elevated experiences and commitment. We could not be prouder of you and all of the team for this truly astounding achievement. Congratulations and thank you.
And I am going to give a standing ovation. You made this possible. We could never have done it without you. So thank you for being part of our team. Thank you for everything you give each and every day. We don't need to see it again. We know that you are here and you're in it with us, and our vision is never more true than it is today. We are the leader because of you, and you are going to see today we are truly the leaders in the markets we serve right here in Central Florida. It is so exciting. Wait till you see these numbers I pulled. We are the real estate company of choice, but you know why we're the real estate company of choice? Because you guys made us that way. They remember you. They remember what you give. They remember dealing with you. They may open the door for Sotheby's. They may know that they expect a certain level of service, but they remember you. And thank you, because that is why, because you're committed to setting that ultimate standard of luxury experience, that is what keeps our reputation sterling. So thank you. Congratulations. So I also want to take this moment to introduce our newest member to the South State team, which is our team, Mr. Tom Sorrentino. So Mr. Tom, share a little bit about yourself, please.
I am from Ohio originally, moved to Florida in 2006 to Sarasota, and moved to Orlando, Lake Mary in 2011. Been in the business for 45 plus years.
That's quiet.
And just started with South State. Excited. Personal things about me. I love to snowboard. I have 2 kids and a German Shepherd that usually tags along with me everywhere.
I know something about him.
Oh,
He opens the champagne.
and he opens the champagne, which, if you guys were here, is really important because we are all drinking champagne, toasting to you. So, Tom, anything you want to share about the market? Anything you care to share insight-wise? Anything you want to share about?
Well, I joined the team because we have incredible products that and a great team. I've known Scott and Tim for many, many years, since '06, really, when I first moved down here. And just extremely excited about our products, our doctor loan, our professional loan. Rates have gone up, in the last 30 days, as I'm sure you are all aware, but I think they're going to stabilize at this point, and it's not going to get too ugly. So
I'm gonna ask you, can you expand a little on that professional?
Toward Sandpoint Boulevard, then turn right onto Sandpoint Boulevard.
what's the loan amount go up tonight, Christine?
Christina.
Up to $1 million.
Okay, so up to $1 million, we can do 10% down for my
Right?
for primary and second homes. Now, this is a
Wow.
portfolio program, so we're professional athletes or unique circumstances, people retiring, moving down here. We have a very aggressive asset depletion program.
Right? They
We
can,
called it asset dissipation at my last company, but
because a lot of times people in this have a lot of cash and they don't necessarily have income per se. So we can actually utilize what, if they have a couple $1 million in the bank, we can glean income from that. So they may be retiring, they may not have jobs down here yet, they may not want jobs, but they have a lot of cash. So there's ways that we can still get a good loan for people that are pretty cash rich right now. So, and the other thing too about the doctor loan, just so you guys know, it's not just doctors, it's dentists, veterinarians. Very few
Vets.
people do veterinarians. So that's 100% financing up to 750. 750,000. Up for the doctor?
for the doctor.
Oh, is it, it might be,
I think
I don't
it's,
think so.
we'll
$1 million. We'll double
send
check
something
it.
out.
Listen, guys, 2 heads are better than one. Look
Yes.
at this. Woo!
And so, Tom, I'm so excited, you guys, because I love y'all. Thank you so much for making me have an incredible year. We have all worked so hard and we've broken a lot of goals. We've had great momentum, but Budge and Carrie want 2022 to be even bigger than 2021. So that's why South State hired Tom, so that we can help keep that momentum going. We want we are your lender of choice, but not all of you use us yet. So please reach out to either myself or Tom. Tom's gonna pretty much cover the Lake Nona office. I'm gonna be Dr. Phillips mostly, but if you guys like him, call him. If you like me, call me. It doesn't matter. We just want, and he is just like me. He's available in the morning, he's available at night, he's available on the weekends. We are your resource and we're your preferred lender for a reason. We wanna help you do more business. So please call either one of us, reach out anytime. He's just as well versed as me. If not, he's new, so he just read all the guidelines. Obviously, he knows something I do. So anyway, please reach out to either one of us. We're happy to help you. Hey,
What are the loan amounts for doctors, not veterinarians? But
Same.
it's the same,
Yeah, yeah.
750 for all
Whether-
three.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And no mortgage insurance.
no
No
mortgage
mortgage.
insurance,
Same thing with
30
professional.
year fixed rates. You could do a 10-year arm if you want. That rate is probably a quarter to 3/8 less if they want to do a 10-year arm, which in a rising rate environment, guys, which we're in now, adjustable rates do become more popular. So we have a 10-year arm. 10 years is a pretty good long time to keep a fixed rate. So it's, if you're not familiar with adjustables, that means it's fixed for the first 10 years and then it starts adjusting after that. Most people sell or move on in 10 years. So the 10-year arm is not a bad deal also in a rising
So
rate environment.
here's a question, professional, what makes you qualify for professional loan?
Nothing, doesn't matter.
So you just need to have what
A lot
kind
of
of credit?
reserves.
Reserves?
Reserves, you have to
Yeah.
have money in there.
How much reserves?
25 months generally.
25 month reserves. Okay, so guys,
Depending on the down payment,
Right.
it varies.
Yeah.
here's your call to action. You're gonna leave this meeting here today. You're gonna do a post and you're gonna say, why would you worry about rising rates? If you have money in the bank, why use it to put it down? You can take this opportunity to use our professional loan program and get just what the doctors do. No money down and no PMI. Give us a call. Right? Take it, use it, get yourself business, because who are those customers? People with money. Who is our customer? People with money. Right? That is our brand. Come up with messages, calls to action that match our brand. So does everybody know what your call to action is? If you have a question, call me. I'll give you a nice short sweet. Don't go with the whole long thing. Don't talk about limits. Don't talk, nobody cares. It's really confusing.
Is there a prepayment penalty?
No.
All you need to know is you want the doctor program, but you're not a doctor. It doesn't matter, right?
Well,
Just work with us
Yeah.
and we'll get you the information, right? We just want them to contact us. That's the key, okay? So we'll work out some nice little things to say, but welcome, Tom.
yeah.
One more way that South State Bank is making it even better to work with us. So we love it. So thank you, thank you. Okay, anybody have any questions? My liaison is chat.
I'm under there as extra camera, so my little wireless camera. here
Okay,
is
but
just
how about the chat? You're on the chat.
Nobody's chatting
Okay,
yet.
good, because you're chat man.
I am chatting.
Okay, so guys, if you have a question, you can put it in the chat box because I'm not gonna read it, but our liaison will. So, okay, very exciting.
I did.
No.
I was voluntold.
Right, that's, that's how we moms do it, every mom in the group, we know how we do it, right? Yeah, you want to do this, okay. So, we are very excited to have our first agent panel, and we're going to start our agent panel sharing some successes from our top producers. And these top producers, not only are we going to congratulate them on some of their incredible overall successes, but we're also going to have them speak and share with us how they've done some business differently to get business in this crazy new environment that we were in. Does anyone think that might be a benefit? I mean, I'm just saying. Right? So for the first one, Tasha Osborne. Oh, there you are. Miss Tasha Osborne hates to speak, but for me, she will. So Miss Tasha Osborne, Luxury Homes and Equestrian Group is number 4 out of all of Marion County. Girl, woo! That is what I'm talking about. This year, she sold $47.6 million. That is a 118% growth year over year. Now, I wasn't thinking that 24 million was too shabby, but I don't know. Next year, we got to set the bar high this year. I mean, just saying. She closed 101 sales, but I want to tell you, when she started with me, she closed 92 the year before. So it's not about number of units, right? We always said, let's work smarter, not harder. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop the share for a second. I'm going to go into the, or do you have to do it, the speaker view?
No, I was just gonna.
And
I
I
was just gonna pin her. I was just gonna pin her.
Oh, I can? Okay, so go back to the share.
Yeah, you can just go back there, just find her face, and then just
Look
pin
at
her.
this.
Yeah.
This is our liaison taking this to all new heights. Like, I'm so excited. Okay, share screen. All right, so keep her on. Now I find her and I do what?
You click, there's 3 little dots over there on hers.
Okay, I have to mint Fran first. Okay, click what for little dots?
Okay, so there you go. So the 3 little dots,
Okay.
and then put pin.
Well, I'm gonna pin you, Tasha. You're pinned now. Okay, now what do I do? How do I make her big?
You don't have to make me big.
There you go.
Yeah, you do. Okay, so there we go. Is that good?
You're gonna have to do speaker view. That'll just pin her on your.
Oh, you're just pinned on my view. Okay.
I got it over here. You can just go back to the way you were doing it.
Okay. All right.
Gorgeous.
There she is. And Tasha loves nothing more than speaking in front of other people. She said, Carrie, there's a panel. Can I be the first one to speak? If you believe that, you've never met her. I had to twist her arm. So she said, 2 minutes. That's all I give you. So the question of the day, Tasha, is what the heck did you do to grow your business 118%? There was obviously something new that you did last year, and obviously might have something to do with your significant sale. I don't know, the Jockey Club, 12.8 million, maybe. So would you care to share?
So typically I'm big on buying leads and Zillow, and I felt like this last year I let that go. It was controlling my life, a lot of lack of loyalty for me, and just never any schedule. So I went out to different markets that are my feeder markets. And I went to Equestrian Sotheby's down in Wellington, and I partnered with David Wells, hence the Jockey Club, and we collaborated together and we marketed it in 2 different markets and we got it sold.
So would you say, yes, let's all clap with that. First of all, that is the highest sale sold thus far in Ocala. 12.8 million. So can I share that? Well, you can say no, but it won't matter. I'll share it anyway. 2 years ago from Sotheby's out in, where was it? Denver? That guy who's so
Yes, yeah.
Yes. Contacted us asking if about possibly listing a $4 million equestrian property, interviewed Tasha. Love Tasha. Two interesting things came out of that. She didn't get the listing. Tasha, why?
Because I hadn't sold a $4 million property before.
Question, who did, by the way? Like hardly anybody, right? But number two, we found out that she didn't go over our marketing tools because she assumed it's Sotheby's, right? They know, we don't have to go into this, it's Sotheby's. What do we find out?
That each Sotheby's has a different, like they don't have a marketing director, they don't have PR, they don't all have the tools that we have.
They don't have a seller's report. They don't even know what a seller's report is. Judy Green came up with a seller's report years ago. And the reason we had to hurry and get IDC Global to build that site, they built it backwards because they needed to build a seller's report first because the company we were using was going out of business and told her we're no longer supporting your seller's report. So we didn't build the site the way we wanted it to. And let me tell you, IDC Global didn't really like the way we built it either. They're like, this is totally backwards. This is not the way a site should be built. And she said, I don't care. This is what we need. And this is how you will do it, or you won't work with us. And so that's Judy Green. So that's how that site got built. We built the Pulse report first. We had to, because she knew, just like the National Association of Realtors has been saying forever, the number one complaint is what? Communication. But that doesn't mean that any other Sotheby's worldwide has that. So remember that even when you're dealing Sotheby's to Sotheby's, it does not mean that they have the tools and resources we have. They don't. Now, if it's something you see on Access, they may have it, but do they have it the same way we do? Presentation Suite, notice, do we use it off of Access? We have to do our own logins. We have our own version of that. We boosted that thing up. So we even use a different version of Presentation Suite, because for the Premier Sotheby's, we can't possibly ever do everything the same like normal. So just know that. Notice we don't use Express Docs. We use My Marketing Matters. We don't do things the normal way. So Tasha, can you share with us how co-listing went? So a little bit more about co-listing within the brand.
So I dealt with all the buyers, all the showings. He would feature it in Sidelines. I would feature it here. We also did some development conversations within Sotheby's because it was 922 acres. So if it didn't sell to an owner who wanted the whole training facility, we were looking at developing it. So we got within, I think it was Abby and another gentleman that we talked about it with. So David did have me do a lot of the running, but he also built a lot of the strength with the seller just because he sells 100 million a year. So together, I feel like, I had a lot of the local knowledge and know how to price the property and, got it sold. Like I showed it, me and my husband showed the property. We contacted the Roberts 2 times to get them to come see it because we knew it would be in their best interest to purchase it. And so that's how we got it done.
And so therefore it was co-listed and we wrote it in the agreement that both companies could market it in our marketplace, correct?
Yes.
The listing agreement was signed one time by the sellers,
Yes.
understanding that it was being marketed by 2 Sotheby's. Talk about the power
Right.
of the brand.
Yeah.
We worked on it between both brokerages, understanding who was marketing what, so that we would cross the marketing, that marketing efforts weren't, convoluted. But within the MLS on the local marketplaces, it was duly marked. So down there it said Equestrian Sotheby's, and up here it said Premier Sotheby's.
Right.
You can do that with any Sotheby's.
Yes.
Okay? Just get me involved. This is a way to hugely increase your reach.
Even out of state.
And the sellers love it. I mean, the sellers feel the commission's the same, right? Like they love that we're bringing this value to them, dual marketing it.
And the most important thing is you want to do it with a feeder market, right? It's a equestrian property. She's not going to go somewhere in Palo Alto, or maybe that isn't a equestrian market, I don't know. But you don't want to go somewhere where it's not an equestrian market, like a ski place where they're not going to bring anybody with horses, right? You want to make sure that you've specifically found a feeder market because it made perfect sense. Wellington has one of the largest equestrian buyers and sellers. So obviously that was a great fit. So just to give you an idea, in the last 2 days, I've spoken to 2 brokers, one in Virginia, one in Maine, and they're very interested in co-listing properties with us. So this is a thing that our brand not only encourages, loves. They love us to do this. This is the power of our brand. So in 2022, I charge each of you to think about being creative and to work your brand, because this is how we can take over.
I just thought of one.
Oh, I love it.
What about Disney Anaheim moving here with you guys?
Don't think we haven't been speaking to Pacific Sotheby's all day long. But
Yeah.
very cute. I love
Yeah.
that. Great thinking.
I
Ariana.
tried.
Yeah, it was
I
good.
tried.
No, but you're on it. You're on it. Okay, so anybody have questions for Tasha before we let her go and she can breathe?
Why are you always such a badass?
Did you hear Miranda?
She's
I don't know.
I love
I don't
it.
think I am.
Oh, she is.
She is.
Yeah.
She is. You should see her work a room, guys. She's powerful.
Oh, you're too sweet.
She doesn't think she is. And that's what makes her, she's like, you know, the one that you think that is never going to get you. And that's that hidden attack. That's like the strongest.
Cobra.
Yeah, she's the. Anybody else have a question for Tasha? Anything you want to ask? She'll tell you pretty much
She's,
anything, maybe.
Don Jacketti. I hope I said that right.
Don Jacketti?
Yes, Dawn asked how the commissions were split. If you know, if the listing agent only pays, I mean, if the seller only pays one commission.
Yeah, it's 50-50. That's how we did it.
So Dawn, that would really be up to however you decide to market it. So in their case, they both marketed it very much equally and they covered the cost pretty much equally. And if you were doing something where you were just simply having them put it in the MLS and you were handling all the marketing, maybe you didn't do 50-50, maybe you only gave them 25% or 30%. That is totally up to you how you want to split that. To the seller, they only pay a regular, 6% or whatever the commission is. You don't charge the seller any more commission. Well, we didn't in this case.
No.
I have a quick question.
Yes.
Who came up with the idea? Like how was the idea? How did it come to fruition?
So Emily would like to know, how did you come up with the idea? Who came up with the idea?
I came up with the idea. We had, David and I had interviewed another $13 million property together. And I just said to him, the seller had stood us up. Remember that, Carrie?
Oh boy, remember. I was
We're still working on him. So yeah, I just went to him because he was just going to refer it. And I said, he came, he drove up here, he toured the property with me. And I said, listen, let's do this together. Let's make this happen. We got to sell it. Because at the time, nothing in Ocala had sold at that price point. And so it was just like a team, feeling like, if you know David, you would know that he is so genuine and beautiful. So there was no stigma or negativity at all in the conversations and he was always available. So I think it's just a vibe that you have to create with whoever you're going to work with.
And to your point, he came to Ocala. He
Yes.
toured the property. Actually, I was there with him and Tasha, and when we got stood up. So I can tell you, he's wonderful. He wasn't even mad. He was stood up. I was mad. He wasn't even mad. So he's a great guy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Anybody else have a question for Tasha before we move on? Because I don't want to run out of time. We have some fabulous.
Tasha, how many, just to prove work ethic and what it really takes to succeed in this business, how many hours do you work in the average work week?
I would say I probably maybe sleep 5 hours a night, and that's when I'm off.
I think
I
that
don't
was
really-
generous. I don't know if that's true.
I don't really take time off. I'm very available. I'm super passionate and driven. And I mean, I've been in the industry for so long, and I was there when the market crashed, and I think I'm just crazy because I'm scared it's going to happen again. So I'm probably abnormal because I work way too much.
Yeah, it's kind of like a drug, isn't it? Real estate is kind of like that. It's terrible. We need to step away. Even my kids are like, Mom, put it down. I mean, it's terrible, but it drives us. But you do need a work-life balance. So I'm always yelling at Tasha to take time off. Sometimes
I'm going to try and figure it out.
She went away. She came back early. But anyway, we worked on it.
And I told my customer I'd fly in just to show them property. So I'm the worst.
Yeah, she's terrible. But we try. Well, thank you so much, Tasha. Woo!
Thank you.
And we know this year, 2022, is going to be even better. Woo! Okay, so our next amazing, wonderful top producer is Miss Don Jacketti, who is number 4 in all of Lake County. Oh wait, how do I unpin Tasha? I have to unpin her.
Oh, your side, yeah. I got it over here.
Remove pin. Okay, and she's number 2 in all of Claremont. Did you know that, Dawn? You're number 2? I don't know how to get her. How do I do that? Okay.
I got it.
I guess
And-
I have to unmute if you want me to talk.
Okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm having trouble here. I can't do it because now I have the liaison. It's confusing. So you're number 4 in all of Lake County. You're number 2 in Claremont. You know who's number 1. We won't talk about it. But do you know who it is?
But I'm not a team. I'm me.
That's true. So you really are number 1 because Brandy's got like how many people? And
8. She's got 8.
so really, we know you're number 1 anyway. And you did $36.9 million in sales. Claremont, by the way, except by the way, I was really excited to see that you were in Chandelach. That was pretty cool. And you did 63 sales. So what does that tell you? It's not about number of units. Working smarter, not harder. And I have a really cool slide that you're going to love later, Dawn, that talks very much to that fact. And it shows something really cool about you. So it's kind of exciting. But I don't want to give it away. You have to wait to the end. So, I'm going to make you stay. So you have a 24% year-over-year growth, and we are so proud of you and so thrilled to have you as part of our team. So thank you and welcome. We're so
Thank
excited
you.
to have you. By the way, also, Dawn hates to be on panels, and I twisted her arm. I have to pay her later, but I did get her to
She's only
join.
got one good hand. Can't twist that one.
I know, I got slammed in the door again. I promise it wasn't me. That's not how I got her to do this. So, but she's been in the industry for how many years, Dawn?
I've been in real estate since 92. So what's that? A lot. And then licensed since 99.
Yeah. So just 1, 2, or 30. And so she's been in a couple years. She's seen a couple cycles. 1, 2, or 30. And so I wanted to ask you, of course, this was a really interesting cycle. Wouldn't you say this last year has been really interesting?
Yeah.
And you've dealt, I know, because we've had some interesting conversations over the year. You've had some really unique ones. So I'd
Yes.
love for you to share just maybe a unique story or something that was just totally different that you've never seen, and maybe how you handled or what you did differently in your business.
Well, I tell people that if we wrote a book as a real estate agent, it would have to go on the fiction side because nobody would really believe it if it was like a memoir, like they'd think we made it up.
So true.
In 30 years, say, of doing this, I've never had anybody want to cancel as a seller. And I've had 2 this year. One of them, it wasn't a very good circumstance. I had it under contract. It was $1.5 million. The buyer was from out of town. Went through the day of inspection. My seller was kind of nervous. He just wanted to make sure it was going to go through. That night, he went on the end of the dock and killed himself. So now I have a distraught wife that doesn't now want to sell her house. Their plans were to go retire, go out, to the Carolinas and build this great house. And so she didn't want to sell it. And needless to say, the buyer didn't care. Wanted her out on the closing date. Attorneys got involved. We ended up getting her like another couple months, and it ended up working out. And I always say everything the way it's supposed to be does happen. But it was kind of one of the beginnings of the times where you figured out that the people in this world for 2020 and 2021, everything changed. Like, I think up until like 2020, we did our job sometimes at a higher level of personal, but if we had a lead, we followed up in our own way to handle it. And then we got it closed and we moved on, and it was a transaction. And then these past 2 years, it seems it became that it was like more expanded with groups of people. You had more numbers of agents and buyers and personalities and lenders and stress level and excuses and lies. And the word nice just went away. So I think everybody, I put a post on Facebook one day and I said, if I have to be nice to somebody that I don't want to be nice to today to make them be nice, maybe it can be as contagious as COVID, because nice just didn't exist. And then we went into the frenzy of this year. But I think as an agent, it depends upon my relationships. So I had to take out the cold of it. And I had to say, we got to go back to being people. and people with relationships. So I would try to get past the COVID and get past their fears and let them make their decision and just listen to them and help them make those changes. Like some people are on the fence, should I do it? Should I not do it? And, you know, I always say, I'm not an attorney, I'm not an accountant, but, you know, it's kind of like pluses and minuses of a thing, and made them feel better. So I just kept letting them know that I was there for them. And I think we all need somebody that helps us just kind of reinforce what we already think. And so I tried to be that for people this year. Of course, like I said, I didn't make their decisions. I just tried to let them make them and then encourage them with it. Carrie will probably cringe when I say this, but I've talked several buyers and sellers out of buying and selling during that time because it just wasn't right. And me having the courage to say that it wasn't right, not only did I get them back when it was time to do it, they totally trusted me. They've referred people to me because they trust me. And I think it just came down to being professional and trustworthy and not a script or salesmanship. It was definitely challenges, but I think what I pulled out of it was I'm now 53, gonna be 54. I'm not gonna work 60, 70, 80 hours a week anymore. And 2 years ago, I don't even know my numbers. I'm horrible, Carrie. What was I?
Well, I can tell you last year you did 29 million.
Okay. So I did more this year and I worked less. And I wish I had a magic pill to tell you how to do that. But when you're stopping chasing people and you work with the people that want to work with you, give them your time and attention, give them what they need, and then they will give you somebody just like them. So if you like them, duplicate them. You know, everybody does it differently. People ask me, you know, what it is that I do that's different. And I care about people and I'm trying to be kind. I can put the bee face on. I can go there, but, and I tell them and I say, I can't negotiate in front of you. I can't talk to this agent in front of you. And I go out back, I go in the driveway because, you know, and they appreciate it because they hire us to do something that they can't do. So.
The other
That's
thing
my
I'm going to
story.
say, Dawn, that you do differently is Dawn has a breadth of knowledge that you only can possibly get from 30 years of experience. That is true. Now, she said, Carrie, I'll never call you, and she calls me. And I love when she calls me because they're great conversations. It's never the what is on line 25 of that. Never. We have interesting conversations and I'm like, wow, that's a total new one. Like I've never seen that. Let's talk through this one, right? Like some of the interesting ones that she was sharing there. But it only comes with experience and you can't make that, right? That just comes. But the other thing is that look at Dawn. She has been 30 years and she comes to all my trainings. You may not see her because she goes on Zoom. She told me, Dawn, how many pages of notes did you say you wrote? Am I
I
listening?
took 3 on Monday.
She's been in the industry for 3 years, 30 years, and she's taking 3 pages of notes in my training because we are all students of the game. And I'm going to tell you, I haven't been in the industry as long as she has, but I'm constantly training. You guys know that. I am constantly learning. And if there's one thing I can't tell you I respect more about Dawn, is that she is so humble and she understands that things are constantly changing and she is always open to change and learning. And look, she's a ninja. She hasn't even taken ninja yet. She's going to North Carolina.
I think I had another drama the week of ninja. I
did.
There was something. It wasn't just I had work. It was definitely
no, it's a
something
drama,
going
but
on.
one of yours. It might have been that. No, it was another one. Yeah,
I don't know. I had 2 that weren't fun, but
a couple. Yeah.
But guess what? Through it all, thinking they're going to be so mad because you forced them to do something, she's like, I don't think anybody else could have gotten me through this. I mean, I would go there and you hate those people when you go to their house, you're there for 2 hours, but I needed to be there for 2 hours.
Yeah. Yeah. Does anybody have any questions for Dawn? Because I can't promise I'll ever get her on another panel.
We only got one hand left.
Anybody in the chat?
Nope.
No.
Dawn is not
Great
gonna ask
job.
herself a question.
Thank you.
And thank you again for participating because it is just so great to hear true, authentic wisdom. I mean, seriously, really. And from somebody who has done it year over year over year. Obviously, you're doing something right. Thank you so much. We love
You're
you. And
welcome.
you have to stay on to the end because you're going to find something interesting.
I always stay on, but watch what happens.
You're going to mute and hide.
We're gonna go away and I'm gonna mute.
Yeah, you and everybody else. I know. All right. Okay. So very exciting. Our next wonderful top producers are here in this room. So I'm actually going to maybe have them either come up here or so they could be on the computer or maybe turn the computer.
We'll get 'em.
Okay. So the next top producer is Miss Miranda Davies. Out of all my offices, and that's including teams, everybody, you are number 4.
She is fabulous.
Number 4. You will see the numbers. You did $22.95 million. But what is not even more impressive is the fact that it's compared to $5.7 million of last year. In 3 short years of knowing Miss Miranda, talked to us about, there's a song, don't take it the wrong way, I always love this song. It's from Hercules, it's a Disney movie, Zero to Hero. Zero to Hero, anyway, it's a great song. But it's talking about how hard you can work and how you can really propel yourself. And this is someone who has propelled herself. 300% growth from last year. Incredible. But she did it with a vision that came from what, 10 years before? So it's not that it happened overnight. I mean, if you could say you could do it overnight, that'd be pretty impressive, but it's not true, right? So what I like Miss Miranda, which I'm shocked because she also never talks on panels and will never share her secrets. So I can't believe she's doing this today. She's doing it. So, oh, can you do it with that camera? Oh, wow, that's even better. All right.
But you would have to pin me so everybody else can see.
I have to pin you. Okay, this is getting so pinny and crazy. Okay.
Everyone's like moving back.
Oh, wait, no.
Here's
Whatever
your-
camera you want, Terry.
No, hold on. We're learning this whole liaison thing. It's really getting good. Oh, wait, what are you in here as? You said you have another name.
I just put it on there as extra camera.
Extra camera?
Yeah.
Am I supposed to
There
know?
it is. There's
Oh, extra camera.
Yeah.
Okay. And then I'm gonna go, oh, wait.
You
and
pin-
then
click pin.
pin. Okay,
You gotta go back to Miranda.
no, that should be right, right?
You're
Guys,
supposed to slide.
Guys, if you know
Oh.
me, you know how much I hate being
Oh,
on camera.
there you go.
Hate being on camera.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
keep, like, looking
Miss
up.
Miranda, I'm going to ask you a question.
Yes.
So you have a very unique way of farming. You have a very unique way of looking at the market. You have a very unique way of utilizing the Sotheby's brand. Which part of that would you like to share on? Because I know that you may want to choose what you want to speak about. And so I'll let you speak on whatever you want to speak on.
I've thought about this the whole drive down to Lake Noda, like what I really wanted to share with you guys that would be impactful for your personal business versus how I did what I do. Hi. Thank you,
She
Tony.
disappeared.
It's
Yeah,
fine.
she's
I
out.
really don't care if I'm on camera.
Um,
I think really like what I want each of you to think about and know is you each have a unique value proposition. We're all Sotheby's. We're all part of the most elite luxury brand in the world. And we're very powerful in that. But you have your own unique gifts and assets. And all of us can sit here on the panel telling you what we did. But ultimately, you have to know yourself. You have to have a strong and clear vision of what you're trying to achieve, who your customer is, who you click with and relate with, and then just relentlessly pursue that path. And I think what Tasha spoke to and what Don spoke to is it's a lot of hard work. Anyone can wave a magic wand and hope to have the results that we have, but really at the end of the day, are you willing to invest the work to get there? And the results that you see, 300% growth in 1 year, that's 5 years of every single day, aggressively and actively pursuing a goal and an objective, picking up the phone, making those connections. When I'm not sleeping, I'm working. Now, I tell the public that I am Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. I'm a professional, they're professionals. I actually do real estate during normal business hours. And most of my clientele respect and appreciate that. Like, you have to set your boundaries and your limits and work with the people who want to work with you in that capacity. And you attract, like Don said, more of those types of clientele. That doesn't mean that I only work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. It means that in the morning I'm working on emails or marketing or outreach or phone calls. You have to carve out the time for the behind the scenes work, especially if you're a single agent like myself. I have no team. So that 23 million in volume was done exclusively on my own by myself. So if you don't make the time to do the behind the scenes work, you're not going to have, you're going to collapse in on yourself. So you have to be diligent and thoughtful on how you pursue the business. And what Carrie didn't mention, I'm actually disappointed in that number, and you guys might laugh at me. You'll see the 23 and be like, wow, that's exceptional. It was my personal objective to hit the $40 million mark this year. And I probably would have, but I took half the year off. I did not work August, September, October, November, and December. Outside of 2 small transactions, I dedicated the entire second half of the year to family. So even though I have a lot to celebrate, I look forward to an even more productive year in 2022.
Me too. Thank you so much. Does anybody have any questions for Miranda, both here or in the chat room, Tony? Yes.
Just love and admiration from Tasha.
Secret. One. Really? Okay. You really want to know what will make you succeed? I'm actually building a team legitimately. So I'm handpicking a group of 3 to 5 agents. I've already sat down and selected who I'm going to be speaking to for the Katie Concierge group, and they will actually get my secrets in detail. I told Carrie I'm looking to pass the torch. It's my goal actually to be out of the business in 3 to 5 years, because I have other objectives on my 10-year plan that are going to take predominant focus going forward. So if you really want to know all my secrets and you're passionate about doing the hard work and investing yourself, you can talk to me and, discuss if you're a good fit for the Katie Concierge group. But I think I already know who I want on my team. I will give you 4 secrets. Dale Carnegie's How to Win Friends and Influence People. Charles Duhigg's The Power of Habit. Effortless by Greg McKeown. And the 4 elements. Or 4 agreements, excuse me, 4 agreements. So you have to be impeccable with your word. You have to have character integrity, and you have to be someone that people trust. Most recently, a transaction took all of the integrity I had within my soul and the power of all 4 of those books. I closed a really significant property with Jenny Sloan. Some of you might know her from Kelly Price on Tuscaloosa Road. This property was originally listed at $3.5 million. I represented the buy side, and after months of negotiations, we closed at 2.02. You do not close 32% below asking price. You don't close 33% below on a transaction in a hot seller's market without collaborating with the listing agent. Jenny and I worked hand in hand on that transaction. When things fell apart for her sellers on numerous occasions, including a moving company backing out and bailing after they were supposed to be out of the property, I went to the property and helped her pack boxes through the night, shoving things in my car, in my Maserati, like packing the back seat full of wine bottles and Lord knows what else to help the sellers get out, because my buyers were not understanding, compassionate people. They were not logical, or they were not empathetic. They were not sympathetic. They were not warm, fuzzy people. They were logical and practical. And those sellers were supposed to be out by noon for the post-occupancy lease. And Jenny and I scrambled, and we collaborated, and we worked together throughout the entire transaction. And if you can't broach things in a nice, respectful manner, if you can't meet people where they're at, guys, that's your reputation. People want to be able to work with you. When they see your offer come in with multiple offers, it's who you are and how you represent yourself. I'm rambling, but that's it.
So Cindy Pennington stated she wanted you to share how you worked your last open house that was entire weekend long and the listing sold within 3 days.
Thank you, Cindy. I adore you. So I sent out an email blast. You know that you can market a property 24 hours. If you take it live within 24 hours in this hot seller's market, it's really important that the right people know what you're bringing to market and when, and that you're giving them the advantage. Most buyers right now we know are relocating from other states. So having that 1 day, 2 day advantage for the buyer's agents to be able to get that property in front of their consumer is it's everything. What we did, that email blast went out 24 hours prior, stating that we were having open houses all weekend. Saturday, I did an open house from noon to 3. I did not put out any signs, no banners, no signs, no balloons, intentionally, because I wanted the buyer's agents with the actual buyers to have the first leg up. I wanted to give them the opportunity. And I also sent it directly and specifically to our top producing agents in Lake Nona. And you should know who those names are. If you're selling a property in a market, you should know who the top producing agents are, and collaborate and connect with them. Those are the people you invite to your brokers opens, etc. They have the people that are relocating down the block, up the street, left and right. On Sunday, day 2, and guys, no signs, nothing. It was packed from the time I opened the doors till the time I closed the doors. Typically with agents doing remote videos and live video tours with their buyers. We had agents with buyers from Michigan. One was from Ohio, another one from California, and I think the other one was from Texas. One agent came all the way up from Naples specifically to do a video tour for her California buyers. So it was a very hot property to take to market. Sunday, I put open house signs all the way out to Narcoossee Road. This property is just off Kirby Smith on Shady Oak. So I took the open house signs all the way down to Narcoossee, up Tyson, up Kirby Smith, and then up by, is it Bellinona, the States? And we had more neighbors than anything who have been waiting to get on that lake explicitly. And there's still opportunity there. There are a bunch of people who want to sell on Lake Mary Jane, to move to Lake Hart, etc. Guys, the opportunities are out there. You just have to make people feel safe and comfortable moving in this market and find out why they're hesitant, scared, or reluctant. Just, be their concierge, wave the magic wand and make it happen. Door knock if you had to. I have more off-market properties go under contract this year because I was out there door knocking and handwriting letters than anything else. Like, it's about putting in the work.
One thing about NAR Clear Cooperation, it is one business day. So you can go ahead and scream it from the hilltops Friday as long as you go live Monday. Okay. But go live Monday, $2,500 fine to you. Okay, good. Anybody else? Thank you, Miss Miranda. The next top producer coming from our Dr. Phillips office is Carol Medeiros. But if you look at the MLS, it's totally confusing because it says Carolina Mariana da Silva. I'm like, who the heck is this person? I forget who you are. She had joined our company in May of this year. April, okay, I can't even get it right. April of 2021, and she came originally. Well, I'm gonna let you come on down. Can you come steal my seat so you can? Or wait, Tony, where can you?
She can sit.
Tony.
That's not good.
All right, guys, we have a little slight technical difficulty, but we'll be okay. Laptop on the run here. Okay. This thing is all right. That's just a case. That's a crap case.
Yes.
All right.
Also, any kind of window cleaner.
Well, somebody didn't want me to drink a mimosa. What was that about? Did you guys see that? Tony spilled my mimosa all over my laptop, right? Like, what is going on? He went from liaison to like, what is that? Like my dad or something, not letting me drink a mimosa in the morning. Okay, thank you. That's great. That's awesome. So, Miss Carol Medeiros, come on down. Oh, now we're moving all the way over here, so that happened very quickly. Carol joined us.
That's sticky.
Oh yeah.
I always use a sticky, so.
Okay. Okay, now we're moving on here again. Okay.
Yes, because it's got a. Very
Thank
sticky.
you so much. Now we're in Apple Music, so hold on a second. And now, what happened here? Okay, we're.
Blame it on the alcohol.
But that I didn't drink that you spilled everywhere. Come on, Tony. Oh, something happened. Turn it off. Play from
Command
curbside.
tab.
It's okay.
There we go.
All right, here we go. Miss Carol, come sit down.
Yes.
I'm gonna let you sit there. That is now full of apple orange juice because then he can face that towards you. It's all clean now. Here, wait, sit on my.
Yeah.
Okay. Have a seat real quick. Okay, and now we're on Tatiana slide here in a second. Okay, now we're good. Okay, so I have to share my screen again, don't I? No, it says stop share. Why are you not? Oh, okay. So Miss Carol Medeiros has joined our team back in April. We're so thrilled to have her. Out of all the offices, including team, she is number 6 out of all of my offices. She closed 16 million this year, but it would have been
21 and foreign escrow.
21, but we had to wait till this year. There.
Yeah, postponed to February.
Darn it, but that's okay. We got nice ones sitting, right? That's a good one. And compared to last year, 2020, she closed 4 million. So that is a 294% growth year over year. Woo! So Carol moved up from Miami, where she was a business owner down there in a different industry before she got into real estate. And she has a fabulous story about how she was able to look at the market, see that things were changing, and really got into this year with a completely different, well, actually it started probably in 2021 before you put things into action. So why don't you share with us how you chose to do business differently? Not on me, on her.
The camera like just
Camera,
jumps
so it
around.
was jumping around.
It was horrifying. I looked up and I was like, ah.
Yeah, so look there, right?
Mhm.
Well, the restaurant business, which I owned in Miami, helped me a lot with customer service, which I think is the first thing important in our industry, besides ethical, because this is basic.
You would think.
Yeah, well, I think that's by default.
We hope.
And the marketing, like I was huge doing marketing down there, like the competition just huge. A lot of people, the internet is right there, so everybody can search everything and find good professionals. And I brought this to the real estate business when I started, especially because I have my license less than 5 years. So I don't have the time experience, and I know that I needed to step out somehow. So I did a lot of classes. I got a lot of designations. I tried to have the knowledge that I don't have any experience. And I started to show that to my clients, to my friends, to my, like everybody that was online. And when the pandemic hit, everybody was like worried, what is going to happen in the market? When is going to happen? And I took that in advantage, like the marketing.
If you want to be on my schedule today or tomorrow, I need to
I
get
searched what
ASAP.
people were doing. I interviewed like people from Aura, Cliff. I invited him to a live to tell people like what he was thinking. A lot of people were worried, and he had a vision that everything was going to be fine. A boom was coming, and I wanted to share that to make the buyers feel more comfortable, to the sellers, to keep investing, keep buying, because that wasn't going to be like a bubble.
Right.
And I started doing lives. I started showing that I was in the business. I did the first, like when the pandemic hit, I think it was April 2020.
Mm-hmm.
I had a huge listing in in Kings Point Lakefront. And I'm gonna sell a house like this, like $2 million. And I started doing the virtual showings. Nobody was doing that. And I started doing like virtual open houses, walking through, showing, like sharing on Instagram, YouTube, Facebook, and started investing a lot. I invest a lot in myself. I work by myself. I have 2 assistants that help me, because I think that we need to hire good people smarter than you to make you learn and grow. And that's what I do. I still don't have a team. I'm looking for it, but to grow together, because I think when we divide and we split, we multiply. And I work a lot with referrals. I have referrals coming from Brazil, especially. Miami, I have a very strong partner in Miami from One Sotheby's. We share a lot of clients together and like partners from everywhere. I think that's very important, the referral program. And I saw when I moved to Sotheby's, I think that was very important because that was my vision. And the vision and the mission of the brand, and they invest a lot in marketing, which I think it's very important. So I got like, it was a perfect match to do everything together. Of course, bringing like a company, Sotheby's, like behind me, that is so big, that has so much global reach. Yeah. So I think that was the different thing. I think I was always looking on what was going on, what people were doing, not to do the same, but to do something different, because I think we needed to do something different. There are so many good people, and you need to see what is missing. And I did a lot of like things, experienced a lot of things. Some things didn't work, but the things that worked really well. So I think that's it. And of course, work hard.
Can you share what you put together with the Brazilian connection?
Yeah, well, I'm Brazilian, so I'm very strong in the Brazilian market. Over 50% of my clients are Brazilians. And these partners in One Sotheby's in Miami are Brazilians too. So we came up with an idea to get the Brazilians of all Sotheby's around the globe. So we got Bossa Sotheby's in Brazil, Portugal Sotheby's here with Premier. I represented the Premier, Brazilian. They in Miami, and we invited New York, New York, and we invited Brazilian people that are successful here to share their experience living like as immigrants in another country, and how they succeed, which were the challenges, what's the lifestyle are living in, because that's what the clients wants to see, especially like out of state and out of the country clients. They want to see what they do there, how did they pass through. And we had like Carrie talked with me. She speaks Portuguese too.
Portuñol.
Yeah. And I invited like a very good friend of mine, entrepreneur that is very successful here, and a Brazilian actress that lives here that is my friend too. I have a lot of nice connections in Brazil. And everybody together, like we talked about entertainment. Of course, Orlando is all about entertainment, like Miami talking about Art Basel, Brazil talking about the beach and like beauties in Brazil. And we came up with a very nice event that online, we had 700 people registered prior to the day. And today we have over 2,000 views on the,
This is somebody who was, that event was what, October, November?
Was like November.
November. Yeah, I remember. I blocked it out of my mind. No, I'm just kidding. I was prepared perfectly until they threw me, but it was great. That was November. She just joined us in April. These are people who are new to us, who are leveraging our brand and in such a successful and creative way. This is the key, guys. This is thinking and doing what people are not, right? Exactly as you said. And this is exactly what we need to be doing. We need to be creatively using the tools and resources, but more importantly, connections. Because as Dawn so carefully said, and it was beautiful, it's all about relationships. But it's not just the relationships with your buyers and sellers. It's the relationships with the other agents within our brand. It's the connections that we make.
That's very important. I think connection, being nice, like every time I try to be the nicest person in the transaction, because transactions are already stressful. It's so stressful. And if you don't bring the nice, the kindness, it's so terrible. And I think being nice is much nicer than being like, there are agents that are just like, oh my God, like we're trying to do the same, like we're in the same career, we want the same goal, and everything goes so much smoother. So I want to be the person that when I receive an offer and I see that the offer comes from this agent, that is going to be a pleasure to work with. And I think this is so good for our clients because we are representing them in the best way. Like, so I think that is everything combined.
Questions for Carol? Anybody online? Yes.
So where did you get that? This is kind of the same question I asked Tasha, but where did you get the idea to do your events? How did that happen?
To do a what?
To do the Brazilian
event that you
connection.
did?
Oh yeah, like I talk a lot with my partners. We are always like helping each other and discussing marketings and discussing ideas. And in one of these conversations, we like my partner in Miami got the idea and we just made it bigger and nicer.
She also went to art class too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you were tired thinking about doing the same, right?
Well, we can't thank you enough, Carol, for sharing. We're
Thank
so
you.
glad you've joined our brand, and we're all looking forward to collaborating together. So the last top producer we have to share, and I'm sorry guys, we're running over, but it is worth it, is our very own Tatiana Vande. Come on down. Take this seat, Miss Tatiani. Tatiani, her team this year has done 20 million. Woo! She's number 3 with her team out of all offices in volume and number 4 in all offices out of units closed. That is true. She's going after units closed. I don't know what you're thinking. That is a 58% growth for your team year over year. And she's growing more. So welcome, Miss Tatiani. Do I have to? No, you're you, right? Okay, good. I don't have to repin, right? Good.
Nope,
The
you're good.
pinning is good. Okay, great. So Miss Tatiani, would you care to share with us? I mean, you've been with us since like a month before I joined the brand. So
Yeah, a year before, what? You came in like.
I came in, no, like right after you joined.
Yeah.
I
like
know.
A month and a half.
I
2
know.
months.
Yeah. And I love the story. Can you share with everybody what our first meeting, what I did to you?
Yes. So I came from a buyer agent background, a very long time, since 2005. And when I joined here is because I wanted to have, a change in my career. And I was already interviewed a couple of companies. When I came, I met with Jody. And, I was completely lost when I started here. I didn't really know anybody here, had no clients, very little knowledge of the area. And then Carrie came along. And when my first meeting with her, I was telling her, what I was trying to do. And she was giving me some insights in her, expertise. I think I learned a lot with her in the last year. And I told her, she asked me, what your plan? Do you want to fill out one of those? It's called like your growth for your,
Like a swap kind of thing.
yeah, your plan. So I told her, so I don't have any buyers here. And she told me, why are you working with buyers? And I said, well, isn't that what I'm supposed to do? I mean, this is what I have been doing all these years. And she said, no. Why? So, yeah. And then, so from there, I said, okay, well, so I guess I have to make a change. And I started to come to her trainings, but that wasn't enough because, I was a little lost and I didn't know how to do the switch. So then I said, you know what, I just need to stop whining and do it. Period. At this point, I said, I just have to get up and go. There's no point of feeling sorry for myself and sit here and saying, I don't have any buyers because nobody cares, right? I mean, I have to do what I have to do. So I not only took her resources, started doing farming, which I never did. I literally based all my business by referrals, which it's wonderful, but my feeling today is that referrals should be your cherry on top. Your referrals are fuzzy people that you get. It's wonderful. And, it's something that you get with time and, it just stays there, right? But you don't want to only rely on those because that give you a huge anxiety that you don't know what tomorrow holds. You know, you may get 3, 4, 5, 10 referrals sometimes one month, and next month you get nothing or 2, and that doesn't give you an average, right? An average income. You know, you might make 30 this month, but if you make 2 next month and 3 next month, then you know it's not averaging. So I took my mindset where I said, I'm not gonna allow this to be in my head as an anxiety for me. So I said, okay, now I have to learn how to prospect. And I did the course we did for
Ninja.
the Ninja, which Ninja gave me a huge prospect where it explains and kind of put in prospect what you have to do. You know, persistence is a huge part of this. You know, there's no point doing one thing here today and not doing it anymore. You know, so persistence is important. Being confident, it's also, I think when you talk to people, you sell your confidence, right? If they feel confident on you, either being with somebody that you already know, somebody new, if you give them that confidence, they will work with you. You know, if you know what you're doing, if you know what you're talking about, it's like, that's what you sell. You know, it's these days it's not easy to sell a home. It's not hard to sell a home. It's been easy because the market is so crazy. But at the end of the day, you know, that constant trying to get business in, you know, I think is the hardest thing for, you know, for new agents, especially, and for agents that don't understand the fact that prospecting on a daily basis is the key to this. You cannot just sit here and, you know, oh, how do you do? You know, start asking people, what are you doing? But if you don't apply what they're doing, you're just wasting your time. You know, I can sit here and tell you all day long, oh, this is what we're doing, or this is what I do. But if you don't get up and do it, if you don't pick up the phone, and if you don't, you know, put some time and effort, there's no point to it. You know, it's not an easy business. There's a lot of competition and a lot of people that are short selling themselves out there. So I feel like this last 2 years, maybe this last year, it's been harder to keep our standards, you know, because there's so many people out there that are like lowering them. You know, you go into a listing appointment and, you know, the first thing you hear is, oh, this person is going for like 2% or 1%, but do we really want to ruin our industry like that? You know, so
Hi, this is
trying to
Wendy.
keep and learning. And, you know, we actually just had an experience right now that we had
Yes.
a seller that came from farming, and she almost signed a listing agreement with us, and we already had a buyer from California, cash buyer, closing 2 weeks with Luciana. And the interview, she said, well, we have other buyers coming along, blah, blah, blah. And we're talking on pricing. We actually drew the contract, and this other agent said that she had a buyer, and she says, well, the seller said, I'm gonna meet with this agent because she has a buyer, and that she's willing to give me like 10,000 more. Anyways, long story short, she ended up going into contract with this agent. They listed at 1%. Yes, and then she put the buyer there, and guess what? This morning it fell through. So she called us and she said, well, the contract fell through. And Luciana says, yeah, I saw it because we had it pinned. So because the buyer that we have still wants to buy there. And so I told Luciana, mute it, because you're gonna tell her this and that. And Luciana put her on mute, and she was talking what happened and this, and the buyer was not qualified. The whole thing that, hey, you get what you pay for. She didn't do the showing, she didn't do this, it was this. And I said, Luciana, you tell her this is exactly what you signed up for. You know, we had, so right now we're trying to work it out, but long story short, you know, at the end of the day, the mindset of the sellers or clients out there right now is being ruined by all these people who are not willing to try, who are not willing to learn, and to be well educated to give our industry, to keep our industry going. It's unfortunate. You know, it's been a trip this last year. You know.
So what I just heard you say clearly is that she knows her value proposition. That she's not willing to drop her pants. Thank God. I've been saying that since the builder because I hate that. And she knows that that seller will either just get what they get or they'll smarten up and come our way. But we're not working for free.
No.
And that is a very important lesson that I think we all need to learn. And that's probably one of the most important lessons you needed to learn out of this market is know your value proposition, because our job didn't get easier. If anything, our job has gotten harder. So we shouldn't be working for cheap. And we sure shouldn't be working for free. And some of these deals that people come to me with, we're paying to work. So sometimes I ask people, I'm like, let me do that math for you. How many hours are you planning to work? So how much are you paying to have this listing? Does it really mean something to you? Because why are you paying to do their job? So you really need to think this through. You are building a reputation. And if you take things like that, people start seeing that, and that's what you get known as. And as Dawn said it so aptly, you work with the kind of people, that's the kind of people you're going to get.
You can choose who you want to work with. I mean, we have, look at the support we have. And I mean, what the support we have, the marketing, the tools, utilize them. You need to know what we have. Because if you don't, then what are you doing here? What's the point? Because this company, yeah, exactly.
That's right. It shouldn't be our hobby.
Yeah, I have actually told people that on an appointment when they told me, oh, but this person will do it for 2. I said, let me ask you a question. What do you do for a living? Oh, I'm a doctor. Okay, so if I get sick, let's say I get ill and I go to your office, you're gonna give me 50% discount? No.
Yeah.
Okay, so isn't this the same thing?
Exactly.
You know, I feel like people don't give us the value that we bring, you know, just for this transaction, you know. Now I told Luciana, we're not bringing our buyer there for 2%, period. Done. We're not, find something else. Why am I gonna waste one of my good buyers? And she wants more money than it's actually worth. So I said, no.
We'll find something better.
Find something better.
Good for you.
Does anybody have any questions for Tatiana, both here or online? No? Well, I think we've all hopefully learned some things. Oh, go ahead, Miranda.
You inspired me, Tatiana. Like being able to say no in this market. And I actually said no to someone and passed it off to Tatiana. But there are people like 80% of your business comes from 20% of your clientele. Hard math, day in and day out. The people who need the hand holding, who need the extra time, who are going to suck you dry, are wasting your business hours. Cut them loose, pass them off, refer them to someone newer in the industry who has the time to dedicate towards the hand holding and needs to gain the experience with that relationship, and utilize yourself where you're best positioned.
Yeah, it's not worth it. And if you know, that's why I always say, you know, working smarter instead of just working on waiting for your referrals to come in and having the anxiety what's going to happen, and then you get desperate because you don't know what tomorrow holds, right? But if you know how to target people, if you know how to prospect and bring your income an average, then why would you waste your time with this person that's being a nutcase if you can get a person that's good?
That's our phrase of the day. Why would you waste your time with this nutcase? That's what we ask ourselves. When you call me, I'm going to say, would you waste your time with this nutcase? Well, thank you very much, Tatiana. Well, guys, I'm sorry we've gone over. I'm going to go through the rest of this quickly, but I don't want to belittle anything that we've done. So I appreciate you. I'm sorry that I've gone over, but we've had some really exciting and I think some really valuable time shared. So moving on, I wanted to just say the agents with the significant sales in 2021 were Tasha Osborne with 12.8 million, the Jackie Club, Benjamin Hellman. Finally, someone sold Shaquille O'Neal's house. Highest sale in Windermere and highest sale in Isleworth to date, 11 million. Okay, associates, top associates who sold between 4 and 5 million is the Christensen team, Chris, and Julie. Now they've sold many millions, but those are the highest that they sold in the 4 millions. In the 3 to 4 million is only the Christensens and Miranda Gating. 2.4 million. in the 2 millions. I didn't put the persons in there. They're in there too. But Don Jacketti, 2.85. Miss Stacy Spencer, 2.73. Lynn Liu, 2.73. Gordon Kyle, 2.7. And Priscilla Vasquez, 2 million. Listen, guys, I'm not repeating people, except I did repeat Chris again in the 3 million because, but we have the more agents that have sold in the $1 million than any other company. And I want you to see this. This is exciting. Look at this, $1 to $2 million. And again, we have those other ones that I'm not repeating again. But Janet and Janice Edwards, the Jans team, 1.95 million. Woo! Jules Canero, 1.86 million. Ponte team, 1.78 million. Jeannie Green and Shane Carson, 1.75 million. They did other millions, but I'm just showing your highest million. Liz Kalina, 1.55 million. Jaime Liaison, 1.39 million. Cindy Cantino, 1.37 million. Susie Carr, 1.35 million. And that's with Mr. Bruno Machado, 1.35 million. Marlena Algie, 1.22 million. Sarah Medeiros, 1.2 million. Ash Sharma, 1.5 million. And Miss Sharon Brandt, new to our $1 million club. Woo! 1 million. Guys, do you see how many agents we have that are selling? And this is just their highest sell. They have sold multiple in the millions. What other company, I charge you, can name that many agents that sell that many $1 million properties? The answer is nobody. Yay! Great job. Very exciting. So I wanted to share our newest property video for you here. This is from the brand. I want you to use this. This is a great new video. The sound went away. That's weird. Oh, okay. Well, it's the new property journey video. It is out on sir.com. They talk. It shows all the cool things that you do. I don't know why. I guess you killed my sound. I don't know why it's not sounding.
Oh, no.
That's okay. Let's just let it play. We'll get through it. Anyway, it's a cool video. We could have some mimosa in my thing. We'll just deal with that later. But yeah, my computer's drunk, but we'll take a look at it later. But this is a great video. It's on sir.com. It's also on Design Vault. You can download it. You can use it. It's a great new video. It shows all of the wonderful journey that your property will take when it's listed with Premier Sotheby's. And it shows all the different places. Remember, every property, no matter the price, gets put on all of these sites. There are exclusive partnerships that we have that every property does not syndicate through MLS. It only syndicates through Sotheby's with our digital high resolution photos. Nothing Compares is our new campaign until we have our next G&E. And it's a great new video. So I highly recommend showing that with the sound. The luxury outlook for 2022 is here. Woo! Now they have a new website. It's called luxuryoutlook.com. And the book is actually in the Design Vault and you can customize it. You can put your picture, you can put your bio on there. You can put some of your listings on there. It goes market by market. We don't have time. I was going to show you one. I was uploading it myself. And you can customize it. You can put it on your website. You can send it to people. You can text it. You can messenger it. And it shows what's happening in the luxury market area by area worldwide. And someone really cool that you guys know is even quoted in there. Oh, wait, it's me. I was actually the one that they talked about for Central Florida. So yes, we have all sorts of great stuff in there, even about Central Florida, about all the really great growth that we're going to have in our luxury market. So it talks about everything worldwide. So definitely you want to include this. This is what makes us unique, guys. No other company can talk to luxury. Nobody. Use this. Every time you use this, it elevates you, it elevates us, and it gives the customer the reason why. That's what we need to do. Why should they care? Because they want to be also associated with luxury. They want our clientele that are luxury, right? So that's the point.
Hey, Carrie, it's Mo. Can I say a quick note about the luxury outlook?
This is market share for the year. This is what's happening. If you look at our market share for Dr. Phillips, the 32819 and the 32836, who has the highest market share? Oh, wait, it's Premier Sotheby's International Realty. We have the highest market share. Look at that. We beat even Golden Oak. Now, Golden Oak does bring BHR average sales price. They have 4 million. We have 770. But look at our 770 is higher than Coldwell Banker. It's higher than Charles Rudberg. I don't even know how they're there. Keller Williams, Coldwell Banker. So I would have to say, can you
Load
clearly
wants-
say?
Load wants to speak,
Oh. Can you put her in? Go ahead.
not from yours. I'm not a host.
Sarah, can you hear me?
Oh, hold on. Let me
So
see.
you have to just.
Yep. Share. Go ahead, Mode. So sorry. Share away.
No, it's all
Like,
good.
stop,
I
stop.
did not mean to interrupt your
sharing.
flow at all.
You have to go
I
to
just wanted to
hers.
make,
There we go.
can you guys hear me?
And do what? Let her.
She's not muted.
She's not muted. Mode, you should be able to speak.
Can you hear me?
I think it's my computer.
Uh-oh.
Tony blew up my computer. It was a real problem. Tony, I might have to make you a host. How do I make you the host?
Can you share the hosting?
Yeah, sure. I don't know how to do that, but
I think everybody can hear me
go
except
to one that
for
says-
Carrie's computer.
Yeah, right there.
camera. Make host. Okay,
Can you hear me now?
She's
Go
still
ahead.
talking.
we can't hear you, Mode, because I'm having my.
Hear me?
Can everybody hear me though? Like on the other side? I wonder when I'm talking.
I don't know.
That's a good
Yeah,
question.
they can hear you.
I don't know.
Maybe
Come
not.
back to
Maybe
the
that's
dark
what
side.
Mo's trying to say.
Oh, maybe they can't.
Like,
We miss you.
Tatiana's
Oh, no, they,
whole conversation
we can
was
hear
recorded.
her.
Well, it's recorded.
Oh, they can hear her.
Yeah.
We can hear Carrie and Mode. Okay, they can hear us. Yeah.
Well, that's not
Okay.
good.
Go ahead, Mode.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
We can hear
Yay,
you.
Awesome. Okay, I did not mean to interrupt your flow, Carrie. I just had a quick note on the luxury outlook, which is we're uploading it as a template into Presentation Suite as well. Just because we know a lot of our agents prefer to use Presentation Suite over Design Vault and are a little bit more comfortable with it. So that'll be coming into Presentation Suite soon. And I will let you resume until it is my turn.
Awesome. Okay. I'm going to share the screen, Tony. So
Go ahead and you have to do, if you mute yours, you can use mine.
further out of our market share, like what happens to us? So excited. Beat everybody. Sorry, Cochrane. Sorry, Remax. Sorry, Stockford. Sorry, everybody. We are #1 in market share, even outside the reaches of our offices. That is so awesome, guys. So when you want to say we are the luxury leader, feel free. Anyone can pull any of these reports. I'm going to have Mode create these and make them really pretty. We are the luxury leaders in the market we serve. Those of you.
Isleworth is listing their list look higher.
Isleworth,
They're
that's Premier
listing.
Southern. Oh, well, what do you mean? For the green over here?
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're talking about the total market share.
Okay.
Yeah. They may have more listings because they control it. We hate them, but yeah. There's a little like, love lost there. No, just kidding. Okay, market share for Lake Nona. This is 32827 and 32832. We have a little work to do. We need to retake. Keller Williams is just, but that could be changing. I see a landscape of changing. I see people being picked off there. So I see that opportunity coming strong. Lake Nona Realty, did we take over the community yet? So I see things are changing. So here's the challenge for 2022. We need to be #1 in this market share. Do we have some folks ready to take on this challenge? Woo! I think we got it. But we have some nice average sales price there. So that's not so bad. Now, Miss Don Jacketti, are you still in the room there? Look at where you are. And I have to say, you
I
are
went to one right there on the right,
What's your
just right down the
average
hall.
sales price, $627. You've lapped everybody.
You have doubled everybody's average sales price. That's an office of like 4 people. I mean, I know we have 10 people, but let's be honest. It's really Dawn. And then we've got Val. And now we have Pam, who just joined us, right? And Janet Hoffman, who's kind of, but really Dawn. We got Val, right? So, Dawn, congratulations. You have market share. It's amazing. But most importantly, you are killing the average sales price. 627. Did anyone know that was a thing in Claremont? Only with Premier Sotheby's. I think you can take that back. Only with Premier Sotheby's. I know we're nothing compared, so let's go back to only there. Amazing job. So proud of you. Okay. Oh, so wait, before we get to the year end, I want to go ahead now and Mode, go ahead, take it. And now, because I want you to talk about marketing pieces, go ahead and share your screen and share the marketing pieces there about that.
Alrighty, awesome. Well, first of all, sorry for interrupting again earlier, but it is so nice to see all of you here. I miss all of you and I hope everyone is doing so well. What I wanted to share with y'all are the new assets that have just been created. Oh my gosh, look at everyone. Hey. The new assets that have just been created to share the great news of our exceptional 2021 sales volume. So as Carrie mentioned, and as you all know, we broke a huge record.
Randy just popped in the restroom naturally.
I think we need to mute a couple people, but it's all good. So you did see.
She just popped in. She won't be long.
Some of you may have seen the newspaper ad that we ran last Sunday. We'll be running one again actually today in the Orlando Sentinel, and another one, I believe,
all of that.
and the following Sunday announcing the sales volume. So in addition to that, we do have assets that are now available for you guys on My Marketing Matters, some postcards, Active Pipe email templates, as well as videos and graphics for social media. So I will go ahead and share my screen and we'll take a look at how easy it is to find all of these pieces. So let me share my desktop here. Alrighty, and do y'all see my desktop where I'm showing the social media library over to the right and then this PDF to the left? Somebody can give me a thumbs up, that would be awesome. Yeah. Okay, super, thank you. Perfect, so I've created this little, we'll call it a cheat sheet for y'all. I will email it to all of you after, and it's just a little step-by-step guide on where to find the assets. So let's walk through them together. We have My Marketing Matters first. So in order to access that new postcard, you'll just go into your My Marketing Matters. You're going to click Farming and Prospecting over to the left-hand side. And then under Piece or Postcards, you'll select Extra Large Postcards and Get Started. You'll see here in the top center is that new beautiful postcard that is available for you. So you would just hit Select, and then you'll have the option on the next page to customize a message on the back. So this is a perfect area for you to, if you're sending this to your customers or your database, to thank them for helping you achieve this great sales volume with your team this year. Alrighty, so the next item that we'll cover is in Active Pipe. So if we go into Active Pipe and we hover over the left menu and click Emails, we're going to be able to click Create Email. And then we're going to head over into Shared Emails on the left-hand side. And you just scroll down a tiny little bit here, but you will see the 10.7 billion announcement email template. So it is beautiful. It is ready to go for you. And keep in mind that with Active Pipe, you can always add a custom message by dragging and dropping in a text panel below the graphic. So again, a great place for you to thank your database for helping us achieve this. Alrighty, and the next two items we will cover are the social media library. We have a beautiful video and some graphics for you to share the great news. So to access the social media library, you will start in My Hub and click over to open up Insight. And once you are in Insight, we're going to go to 05 Marketing from the left menu. We're going to scroll down until we hit the social media library and open that up. And then what you want to look for in the social media library is the brand messages section. You'll see here, this is the square or, Instagram and Facebook sized video about the announcement. And if you keep scrolling down under images, you're also going to see 3 different social media images that you can download and share to your social platforms, again, to spread the news of this message. I did receive word while we were on this meeting that the video is also now uploaded to YouTube. So this allows you to grab that YouTube link and also add it to, let's say, an active pipe email that you're working on. So lots of different cool ways that you can integrate and use these new assets to share the news with your database. So that being said, I will email y'all that PDF. You can use it as a reference or cheat sheet. And I just want to see if anybody has any questions on how to use or access these items.
Thank you so much. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
I'm pretty loud. Thank you so much, Mo. We appreciate you. And we miss you.
Thanks for having me, Carrie. Good to see everyone.
Anytime. We're sorry you're missing the mimosas.
I'm having a coffee.
And we're drinking coffee too. Coffee, mimosa, it's like, double fisting. We're good.
There you go.
All right, so we're going to finish up this meeting strong with our year 2021 statistics of how everybody ended up. So I did the top, I don't know what numbers we are, but from 4 million and up. So number 1 was Chris Christensen with over 49 million. Tasha Osborne, 47.6 million. Don Jacketti, 36.9 million. Miranda Katie, 22.9 million. Gordon Kyle, 18.2 million. Carol Medeiros, 16 million. Jules Canero, are you online, girl? 12.86 million. Woo! Benjamin Hillman, my friend, who did such a great job of killing his house, 12.56 million. Sharon Brandt, so proud of you, 12 million. Tatiani by herself, 10 million, 10.6 million with the team, 20 million. Teresa White, 10 million. Woo! Frank Goldfuss, 9.7 million. And by the way, welcome back, Alex Goldfuss. He's officially back. He really was always here, but we pretended, whatever. We went with it. He was with the builder. He's back. Okay. Janet Allen, 9.4 million. Janet Edwards Diaz, 9.2 million. Susie Carr, 9.3 million. Bruno Machado, 9.2 million. Tommy Liaison, 7.8 million. Stephanie Cornelia, 7.6 million. Terry Bellish, 7 million. Woo! Stacy Rollins, 6.9 million. Val Flaherty, 6.8 million. Liz Colina, 6.8 million. Ash Sharma, 6.7 million. Lynn Liu, 6.6 million. Woo! Kelly Thompson, chicken butt, 6.5 million. Woo! Pam Eddy, 5.6 million. Woo! Pippa Murray, 5.8 million. Susan Hampshire, 5.8 million. That's actually wrong. It's wrong. That was broker metrics. It didn't pull all your commercial deals. You're really more like probably 12 million or something. Okay, Susan Hampshire, 12 million. Look at that. Why the broker metrics have you wrong?
The sales were.
Yeah.
Because I did some with.
Yeah, it's true. 12. James Carson, 5.6 million. Woo! Luciana Nevela, 5.6 million. Daniel De Sosa, 5.4 million. Nick Baker, 4.5 million. Tammy Schuster, 4.5 million. Stacey Spencer Clark, 4.4 million. And Wendy Fisher, 4.4 million. I could go on, but I can't breathe. So, moving on, we're going to do our teams. Woo! So, we're going to look at teams. Our top team is the Ocala Luxury Homes and Equestrian Group. I can barely say it. And it's got 54.6 million. Woo! Team members, Tasha Osborne, 47.6, Stacey Rollins, 6.9 million. Woo! The Aponte team over 20 million with Tatiana 10.6, Stephanie Cornelius is joined 7.6, Lucia Nebula 5.6, and Beverly Brown 1.3. Woo! We got Susie and Bruno, and their team is 18.6 million. Susie 9.4 and Bruno 9.2. Woo! We've got the Jan team. That's Janet Allen 9.4 and Janice Edward Diaz 9.2. It's 18.6 million. Woo! We've got Jeannie and Shane. Don't know if their team has a name. 9.2 million. Shane at 5.63 and Jeannie at 3.6. Woo! Nice. We've got the Fisher team, which I don't know if that's officially your name, Wendy, but I went with it. 6.7. Wendy's at 4.3 and Art is at 2.4. Woo! And we've got the Winters Whitaker group at 3.1. April's at 1.almost 2 and Kelly's at 1.2. Woo! So, what? Mark and Janet. Oh, wait, skip Mark and Janet, which they don't have a name yet. That's fine. Okay, Mark and Janet are working on a name. But as a team, they're at almost 5 million. Mark Shanley's at 3.3 and Janet's at 1.66. Woo! Thank you. It's a little small. If you want to do it small, I can't see it. So one more announcement to make. We are starting the Breakfast Club right here in my very own team. What is it, you ask? Oh, I'll tell you. It is a monthly top producers brainstorming breakfast. So the first one will be based off of year-end numbers. The top 10 producers will be joining me for a breakfast at one of the top producer suggestions of where we go. I don't really care. We're going to be moving around the location, but every month thereafter will be based on the months before's numbers. Meaning what? It's a free bag. Anybody can get in. Every month, the top 10 from that month will get selected to go. I will announce it in the monthly meetings of the top 10 are, and we will pick a location. So it's going to move around. And we will have a topic that we're going to discuss, and it's just a brainstorming session. We're going to go out, eat some nice food. I mean, I hope you guys are picking the place. I mean, I'm with you, whatever, but, and we're going to just share ideas, share thoughts, and it's just going to be a really great way for us to work together. Because what are we? We are the collaborative team, right? That's what we should do. We need to collaborate together. Together, we are better. That's what we're going to do. So if you can't make it that month, if you have to go ahead and forego your slot, then the person who's below the number 11 person will get an opportunity to join that month. Who likes my idea? Yeah. So the Breakfast Club will start, I believe they're going to be on Tuesdays, the last Tuesday of the month. I'm still working out the time because Miss Tasha has to tell me when she can make it from Ocala. So probably 9 o'clock, but we're still working that out. So I will let you know. So we know who the top 10 people are. You'll get a special invitation with where it is, but you'll all be able to give me suggestions so we can vote on where we're going to go. Because I don't know, because I don't really care, because you guys have to pick. So, sound good? Everybody like it? All right, that's the Breakfast Club. And happy birthday to Alan May, Cumber, Wendy Fisher, Jules Canaro, Raj Coyle, Alejandro Coyle, Tammy Schuster. Oh, I can't say that.
Carrie.
Her birthday.
Carrie.
Yeah?
I believe that somebody that actually heads our entire operation has a birthday this month as well, no?
Butch just had a birthday last month. But yeah, it's true. I am an Aquarius.
I also
My birthday is the day before yours, Jules. I'm the 26th and you're the 27th.
Don't announce the date.
What?
Don't announce the date.
Why? You're the 27th. I
You said it again.
Hey, did you see your numbers? They were amazing. So proud of you.
We also have Chris Christensen's birthday this month.
Oh, we do? I didn't have it. Okay, Chris Christensen. Why do we get along so good? Like we're all January people. I love that. Okay. Okay, so really quickly, because I can read so fast. Southeast Orlando, Ocala, December's listing 7.4 million. Tasha, Marima, Amanda, Rafe, Wendy, Stephanie, woo, Tatiana, Luciana, and Susan. Woo! Okay. Orlando, Ocala, December new sales 14.3 million. Woo! And congratulations to Susan, Stephanie, Wendy, Tasha, Shane, McCallie, Tatiana, Luciana, Fran, Amanda, Rafe, Barbara, John, Seda, and Marima. Jeannie, are you on that one too? Hey, Jeannie, I'm throwing her in. Okay, or not. And then December close sales here in Ocala and Lake Nona, 18.2 million. Woo! Congratulations, Tasha, Tatiana, Luciana, Fran, McDolly, Stacy Rollins, Erica, Anita, Ellen Maycomer, and Miranda. Woo! Moving on. Southwest Orlando, Dr. Phillips, 6.2 million in listings. Congratulations, Carol, Gordon, Susie, Sharon, Chris, Jaime, Bruno, Linda, and Cindy. Okay. And Dr. Phillips, December new sales, 6.3 million. Congratulations, Janice and Janet, Elsie, Alexa, and Craig, Emily, Jules, Daniel, Pippa, Sharon, Chris, and Julie. Woo! This last one's big. And closed sales, $26.3 million. Congratulations to Daniel, Janet, and Janice, Carol, Luz, Jaime, Ash, Cherry, Susie, Sharon, Jules, Christine, Ash, Terry, Teresa, Pippa, Gordon, Alejandro, Wendy, and Emily. Woo! Everybody. That was a lot, right? I'm tired. Okay, Claremont. Congratulations, Dawn, $1 million in listings. Congratulations, Dawn, Val, and Janet, 1.9 sales. And congratulations, Dawn and Pam, 2 million in closed sales. Guys, all I have to say is it is an honor to work with each and every one of you. I am thrilled. Thank you for spending time with me today. I'm sorry it went over, but I can only talk so fast. But I am really thankful to all of my panelists who joined, who shared your wisdom, who shared your insight, and really who shared. Because how many other agents don't share at all? They think that they have some special secret sauce. Guess what? They don't, right? The secret sauce is all the things you said. Sharing, being collaborative, actually caring, knowing what you're doing, being consistent, working hard, all of these things. All I want to say is I'm here for you. 2022 is going to be amazing. Whatever you need me to be, I'm a chameleon. I'm a tree. I can bend. I am here for you, and I am looking forward to a fantastic 2022. So thank you, each and every one of you. And for those of you in the room, please eat and drink some mimosas, okay? Have a great day, guys. Does anybody in the room want to share? Is there any questions on the Zoom?
No, I was watching. Can we get, can I get on your count? Are you, for Wednesday at noon?
Wait, hold on one
Do you
second.
have-
Thank you. Oh, boy. Extra camera needs to mute.
Yeah, once I got made a co-host, everything went a little bit smoother, so I think that's what would have to happen.